Hello, everyone. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day and making some really good trades. Today, as per usual, the markets had a fantastic day today, up over, I believe, 2 point something percent at one point, and pulled back near the end of the day, but still ended up green on the day. So SPY, Dow Jones, IWM, everything up. GameStop, though, unfortunately, was not green. It did gap up and made a new high today, or I believe a slightly, like nominal high, just a little bit, hit 28.35, and then came back down to 27.43. So we're still ranging here. Again, from like my previous post on Tuesday, I was hoping that we could get some action either towards the upside or at least towards the downside. We get neither of it. We're just ranging here, trying to make a decision. Are the markets going to continue to pump? Are they going to dump? Is GameStop going to follow? Is it going to retrace? What's going on? Are we waiting on a bit of news to go up, or are we waiting on some news to go down? So still kind of in its decision-making point. My chart has not changed. My target has not changed. Actually, well, I guess we could adjust it a little bit since we made a slightly higher high. So I have no problem with that. So let's just take a look at our chart again. And again, it's probably going to move up by a few pennies, but hey, well, I'll take it. Yeah, why not? So target before was like what, 1921? We adjusted it to 1928. we didn't go much higher, right? And so yeah, that's kind of it. This one, there you go. So it's not going to be a long video today. I mean, maybe like about GameStop. Maybe we'll do a little bit more, general market analysis, kind of give you guys a better picture of where the markets are at, where it could affect GameStop, maybe Bitcoin too. Since they got their Bitcoin strategy going, and Bitcoin has an attempted breakout right now, trying to push higher. But let's take a look at Market Cipher. We do have some new candles here, especially on the monthly time frame. So we got some good news, right? I got some good news for everybody right now. That's bullish on GameStop. We have a green dot on the monthly time frame. Has it confirmed yet? No. We are at the beginning of the month. There's 28 days to go and 18 hours. A lot of shit can happen. The markets could dump, they could pump, they could go sideways. Right? Who knows what's going to happen at the end of until the end of the month? So it's kind of like anybody's guess. But overall, we're opening with a good positive note. Green dot and green money flow, and momentum is curling back up towards towards the upside here. Let's take a look at the weekly time frame. So the weekly time frame, nothing has changed much here either since our last post on Tuesday. We have a -2 and a 9 on the dual band strength index. So still looking bullish, just losing momentum. Clearly, it's very apparent that we're losing momentum. 4-day time frame still looking bullish, although the VWAP is starting to curl in a little bit and the RSIs are a little bit open here. 3-day, 2-day, similar situation, except for the 2-day, those RSIs are tight. And the daily time frame, actually today you actually printed a green dot. So the daily time frame actually has green money flow and a green dot that printed today, even though we ended down minus 1.54% on GameStop. Now it's showing bullish on the daily, but because of the way we ended, tomorrow's candle could be different. If the markets go down, if they go up, that's great. Maybe GameStop can continue up and continue the bullish candles on the daily. So when you dive in on the 4-hour, you can still see that we have a ton of thick green money flow. It's just we're in just a really big chop mode. We're just chopping about, kind of how Bitcoin was chopping here, right? And it's trying and it's doing an attempt to break out of this range, although there is obviously lots of overhead supplies, big order blocks to be filled, so it's struggling. It's not like easy peasy guaranteed money. So yeah, and then the 1-hour time frame, we're still in red money flow, but it's not big. Like, it's a very small amount of green money flow. It's very light. Like, I wouldn't say like we're curling down and we're gonna get some massive crash. So it's just chopping sideways here on GameStop. And then we take a look at the new monthly candle on GameStop for Wave Edge. There's nothing new, right? This new candle has nothing, and the previous candle had nothing either. The weekly time frame, there's no new signals at the moment. The 4-day, the 3-day, the 2-day, the daily, there's nothing really new that has appeared since our last post. 4-hour time frame. Again, there's no new signals here on Wave Edge. In the 1-hour time frame, we got a little bit of a red cross today, right ahead of the pump and dump, I guess, a little mini pump and a little slight pullback afterwards. In the 30-minute, I can even go on the 15. I'm not seeing anything really interesting that's grabbing my eye here for GameStop, like what's going on in the short term, right? Even on like the 1 minute, you can see the 1 minute they sell the highs, they buy the lows, kind of thing. But even then, like the 1 minute, if you're making a trade on the 1 minute, you're not holding it until the end of the day, right? You're gonna enter it and maybe exit within the next 15 minutes. So yeah, that's kind of it. I think the markets overall are looking pretty good for more upside. Apparently, we got some positive news tonight for like tariff talks or something. So that should be a positive for the the markets overall tomorrow. We gapped up today. We ran up, kind of struggled, then pulled back. Not too surprising. There's lots of selling that happened here, so it's natural that if we're coming back into this area, it's going to be kind of resistance. But I'm looking for this area as a target for some sort of more upside. So I think the Qs can get at least 2 to maybe 6% more in terms of a rally, and that would definitely most hopefully help GameStop get some sort of upside here. And then the SPY, very similar situation, right? You have an ABC up, and it's been playing out quite well so far since this X was placed in, and you can even see on like the smaller time frames, this is a B because we did a flat, and the flat target was the 236, and we hit that very nicely, and we got an instant reversal off of it. So I'm still long a couple stocks here and there, right? Just a little bit of some information about like what I'm doing, and I think we got more upside before we see some sort of retrace again, right? If we see another leg down. So again, just going to be patiently waiting for things to play out. And then when we take a look at Bitcoin, again, it's not the most popular type of analysis, but I think Bitcoin needs one more high too before it starts to set in some sort of top in this rally. It's just because we have very ugly lows. We don't have we have divergence on the low, and usually a divergence on the low means that the low is not in terms of a pullback, right? Some sort of like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? If you want to see that, then you want to erase divergence and you want to get capitulation, sort of like how you did maybe here, but this is a more complex correction. I guess here, right? Wave 2 capitulation, right? Larger 2 was set in place right here, and you had major capitulation, and then you kind of marked the low, and then you took off from there, and that was it. So we're kind of looking for that. Here we got very, very apparent bullish divergence, and you kind of just want to rip it down, erase all divergence, take this out, take the low out here on the daily, and then you could stabilize and set to rally higher. But again, it's not the most popular analysis right now. Most people are calling for a breakout, new all-time highs. I see I don't go out calling tops or bottoms. I just show where this is an area of interest for shorts. This is an area of interest for longs, right? That's just how my targets work. I see a lot of people calling for tops and bottoms all the time. And this was the bottom, and a lot of people are just saying there's no way the lows are going to break. The low is in, right? And we do get tremendous rallies off of them, but then we retrace and we break the lows, and this is the new low actually. Okay, this is the new low. So again, they don't really know more than I know, and more than you know, and nobody knows. So they're just kind of guessing, and that's, to me, it's kind of like stupid to make grandiose predictions like that. I don't make grandiose predictions on GameStop. I just show what my targets are. And you may not like it, of course, because it's showing downside. Obviously, the downside targets are opportunities, and you should be happy if they come. Just like this one came and this one came. Well, this one was actually, like, I'll give you a bit of an example. Like, I'm not perfect. My chart, I leave this one here to show people that this was a target of mine, and it didn't end up playing out like I wanted. It morphed into something else, which was a flat, and the flat target was down here. And on earnings, I had a flat target down here. Again, a lot of people were not happy that I had a target down here, and we ended up gapping down into my target. We hit it, we held the low, the pivot held, and it ended up being a great dip buy, right? Because it ended up being a 1-2 setup for more upside, and you would have caught this whole juicy move afterwards. And I had a buyer here. It never hit. I bought ahead of time. I let everyone know on Reddit. I'm entering positions now beforehand, because I just felt like we were getting a little bit too oversold. The target was a little bit too far. The markets were probably going to turn, and we got a really nice move. And now we're getting this mess, and it's hard to chart for sure. But just off of what I can see and what I'm looking at here is some sort of ABC. So flat and another flat, and the flats can go much higher than you ever think, and that's clear what's happening here, filling all the gaps, and it could continue higher, right? And this gets invalidated, and we have some sort of different structure here. But like I said, like, I don't like lows with no divergence, or sorry, bullish divergence. I think we're setting ourselves up for failure to think that the lows can never go, the price can never go back down. And I'm seeing a lot of that. I get a lot of hateful messages too. I love the positivity. People are really happy with the analysis, but we always want to stay level-headed, and we need to accept that anything can happen at any time. And people are calling like, there's no way the stock is ever going to go below $25. You're effing this, if you even think that, Again, people are getting emotional about the stock. Either they've got too much in, or they've bought too much up here, or something, right? There's always some reason why someone's doing something like that. But again, I just want you guys to understand. I'm not here to spread FOD or FOMO or hate. I'm just here to give you my opinion, and that's what I'm thinking here. I'm thinking that we're just patiently waiting for something to happen in the market, and this is if something bad happens in the market, and GameStop does end up going down, then we have a buy area down here, right? And if it does get there, then you should be probably happy, because it's probably going to be one of the biggest opportunities you may get in GameStop. And I'm going to be, again, like I said many times, I'm going to be going heavy if it does get there, right? And be real happy. I'll be more than happy. I'll be welcoming the price in this level, catching it with open arms, like come to me, right? I'll be more than happy to take off the shares off of people who are panic selling at the wrong time again, who are probably giving up on the stock because they think it's going to $10 again or something like that. So yeah, that's it. Have a wonderful night, guys. Peace.